الفجر السرعان سورة النمل the ayat the beginning of juz 20 inshallah. Surah Al-Naml is surah about Quran, and number two about creatures that Allah created other than a human being. Quran, from the very beginning the Quran is mentioned, and in the tilawa that this Quran of Muhammad that is revealed to you يقص على بني إسرائيل أكثر الذي هم فيه يختلفون, telling Banu Israel, people of the book, about many things that they are disputing. This Quran, and this Quran only, and you Muhammad, will be heard not by the dead, by those who are alive. إنك لا تسمع الموتى, you are not going to wake up those who are dead to hear you. إن تسمع إلا من يؤمن بآياتنا, you only make the ones who hear those who are awake and alive. So you only, or the only ones who will listen to you are those who are alive. And here there is a metaphor in it, because it says that there will be believers, there will be Muslims. So does that mean like anyone who hears the Quran? Of course no. Those who are willing, alive, they are willing to listen to the truth, then they will listen to the Quran, listen to you Muhammad, then become Muslims. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentions before this ayat something about His power, that He is the only creator and He is the only one who deserves to be worshipped. Talking about the creation of heavens and earth, talking about the rain, talking about the rizq, talking about the earth and its creation, and the rivers and the mountains. And each ayah ends with ilahum ma'allah. Is there any other deity beside Allah? Who created this? Who sent down the rain and created for you very joyful and enjoyable gardens? Is there any deity beside Allah? بل هم قوم يعدلون, but they make others equal to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The next ayah, is there any God beside Allah who does all of that, creating the earth and the mountains and the earth? بل أكثرهم لا يعلمون, but the majority of them don't understand. Majority of them, they don't understand. Then the next ayah, the one that you invoke for dua if you have difficulty, أما يجيب المضطر, and He answers your dua. Is there any deity beside Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala who can do that? Of course, absolutely not. The answer is absolutely not, absolutely not, absolutely not. But قَلِيلًا مَا تَذَكَّرُونَ, very little, hardly you think and reflect. People of Quraysh, sometimes they would invoke Allah if they have very serious issue. So hardly you think. Then next ayah, the one who guides you through the land and the sea. Is there any deity beside Allah? أَإِلَهٌ مَعَ اللَّهِ? Absolutely not. تعالى الله عما يشركون, Allah is above what they are doing of the shirk. Then the last ayah of this list, قل من يبدأ الخلق ثم يبدأ الخلق ثم يعيد, the one who created, He initiated and originated the creation, and He is going to resurrect it. And He is the one who provides for you. Is there any God beside Allah? قل هاتوا برهانكم, this is a conclusion ayah, that bring your evidence if you are truthful. Then talking about the ghaib, the unseen. No one knows the ghaib except Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. No one in heavens or earth. قُلْ لَا يَعْلَمُ مَنْ فِي السَّمَاوَاتِ وَالْأَرْضِ الْغَيْبِ إِلَّا اللَّهُ. No one in heavens or earth knows the, look at the structure of the ayah. There is no one in heavens or earth knows the unseen except Allah. The structure is a little bit, usually we say Allah is the only one. But here the structure comes at the end, that except Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And if they reject you, let them travel in the land and see the destruction of the nations before them. The last ayah that I read was about a creature that will come to people at the end of the time. So Surah Al-Naml has other creatures, the ant and humans. There are, Sayyidina Sulaiman is mentioned, and in Sayyidina Sulaiman we have the story of the bird. Look how many creatures. And the jinn who will bring with the creature. Then finally the last creature that is mentioned with the creature is this beast or this animal that will appear to people. وَإِذَا وَقَعَ الْقَوْلُ عَلَيْهِمْ, when the decree of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is fulfilled, أَخْرَجْنَا لَهُمْ دَابَّةً مِنَ الْأَرْضِ, will bring forth for them a beast or an animal, a creature from the earth, to كَلِّمُهُمْ, talking to them or stamp them أن الناس كانوا بآياتنا لا يوقنون, that people don't believe in our ayat. Scholars have two opinions, whether it is the same animal that Tamim al-Dari saw when he saw al-Masih al-Dajjal, when he went to the island and he saw an animal that he couldn't distinguish, or it is difficult or hardly to distinguish. لا يعرف قبلها من دبرها. You cannot know where is the beginning and where is the end, where is the front and where is the back. You cannot. It is that animal or the other one that will appear towards the end of the time from a crack in the rock behind the Safa. When we made the last Umrah, after we finished the Umrah, we came out from Bab al-Safa, from the area of Safa, and I told them, you see these rocks? From here, this beast will come out. Very fast, no one can catch it, and no one can escape it. لا يدركها طالب, as Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. تكلمهم. Now the word تكلمهم has two meanings. Number one, talking. تكلم, كلام, from كلام, تكلمهم. That talk to people. Number two, تكلم is from wound. Wound, كلام also. الكلم اللي هو الجرح. That it will stamp them. The believers, she will stamp people. You are a believer and you are a disbeliever. So for those who said تكلمهم, what is the purpose of it? Now, if someone is not reflecting on the creation and earth and the rain and all of the ayat that are mentioned, and is not listening to the Quran, what else he needs? He needs something beyond that. He wants like a strange creature to talk to him. What else they want those? If they are not listening, if they are not reflecting on the creation, and they are not listening to the Quran, what else is remaining? Like something weird to talk to them? So here is someone talking to them about faith, whether they are going to believe or they don't. So such people, no matter what, they are not going to accept faith. Whether Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam is talking to them, whether the creation and the ayat of Allah in the kawn, in the universe, whether the ayat of the Quran, whether this creature, still they are not going to accept faith. The other interpretation that this beast or this animal is going to stamp them, after that there will be no faith. After that, nobody. So those who are believers will be distinguished from those who are disbelievers. Wallahu ta'ala alam. We don't have much information about it, but it is a creature that will appear, and it is mentioned in Soorah Al-Naml that has other creature, including the hoopoe, by the way, the bird of Sayyidina Sulaiman. All of them are highlighted. So Soorah Al-Naml has multiple creatures, the hoopoe also, the bird, and finally this animal. Wallahu ta'ala alam. So this is your summary of the ayat that I recited. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to make us of those who reflect on the creation of heavens and earth, to see the rain, to see the wind, to see the rivers, mountains, and to reflect on them. Especially when we are traveling and outside, فَسِيحُوا فِي الْأَرْضِ, then travel in the land and see and reflect on that. And to listen to the Quran and to benefit from them. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make it easy for us if we live in that time when this creature appears. Wallahu ta'ala alam, sallallahu alayhi wa sallam.